Why, hello. I am Lilydale Violet Blood, and welcome to my garden, where you may take all of your desires and lay them down amongst my lilies. And if you are good to me, if you believe in me, they might just come true. So today, I am reacting to Cold Wrists, an original song by First Stage Productions' Zander Netherbrand. I am familiar with the FSP boys, so I know a little more than not at all. As a background about me, I am a vocalist, a instrumentalist, and a music producer. In fact, the song that you are hearing right now was made by me. With that being said, let's get into it. Bubbles. Already, we're getting the mix of like two different things. It's very rocky, but then there's like this anime, like chip tune thing happening. So it's a mix of things. And so I'm wondering how his vocals are going to sit on top of this.
Static noise, the lights are too bright. I wanna run into the night. The sour taste in my mouth, I can't get it out. A mixture of blood and your lies. It's dragging me down. The comfortable darkness fills me till I drown. I can't hear my thoughts. The world is too loud. I don't mean to be selfish, but give me it now.
What I just heard was a lot of straight tone. There wasn't a lot of vibrato happening. And some voices are just like that. Doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's just something that is happening. And as I've said in another reaction, people that use a lot of straight tone have to be careful because you run the risk of going flatter quicker, I find. So that it's always a little dangerous. But it sounds good. There is vocal fry happening that I don't think that a lot of people would probably catch because it's very subtle. In the beginning of his words, there is a sound happening. Da 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 da. That's happening here, and so yeah, that is a aspect that I kind of expected. A little bit of vocal fry. Anyway, let's continue.
All my life I was invisible. These streets left me so cynical. Then I saw you, you're the pinnacle of what I needed, baby. Time skip got me addicted to the taste of your lipstick. But all good things come to an end until they start again. Room is spinning, I'm beginning to think maybe something's wrong. Cause it's driving me crazy, never cease to amaze me. But under your skin, there was something all alone.
I like the speech quality we have going on here. He has a speech quality to his voice, to the singing. And so when you're singing those fast intervals, excuse me, it was it came out then. Like it sort of came out then. And yeah, that's a very interesting aspect, and also contrasted very well to when he started singing and we heard that he was engaging a little more with his chest voice because it was a fuller sound. Very good, like play on texture and volume in the voice.
So I'll hold on to yours, make our way to the surface. Don't let me look back or I just might lose it all. I can't live with or without you. Know there's something about you gonna trap in.
You know, I'm listening, and there's an aspect to his voice that sounds like Adam Levine. There's a there's a a, a roundness to the words that really does give that. And it also, he is there's some twang here that's happening. Like, it's not southern, but there's like a little twang that's happening here, and we're hearing that, and also vocal fry more now in this section than we heard in any other part, where it's coming in this sound and some of his words. And so there's some interesting elements happening all throughout in his voice that changes from one moment to the next, and it doesn't sound bad. It's inconsistent throughout his song, but it still sounds as one thing, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that there's more texture happening here or there or different places.
I think I like it there. If it all comes crashing down tomorrow, well, at least I had you in my arms. I know that it hurts me, but for all that it's worth, my dear, it's better than it used to be, inseparable part of me. I gave it my best, but it was too late. Couldn't have made a worse mistake. Put my lips on your thorns, I couldn't be warned. I'd already laid down my soul, so I hit it out. The only way through is down. So
I love these these lyrics are great. Um but yeah, and also at that point we heard him engage a little bit more and go for a higher note, which was great. We're we're really hearing a range of engagement in terms of the vocal mechanism, and that's what I like to hear in a song, because that's what keeps it interesting above all else.
I'd send it to the underground, and that's where I found your steps had no sound. I wasn't supposed to, but I turned around.
Also, I would like to say that this is a very, very light chest voice, and there's has been mixing of the head voice where the song is placing in his vocal cords this entire time. This entire song is like in a mix. It's a light chest mix, but it is a mix. It's almost like it's sitting in the place where you yawn at, because the song does have a yawn quality. The vocal has a yawn quality this entire time, and you can it's where it's placed. So it is mixing the chest and the head voice together, but it's very light, so it's not really causing any strain. But yeah, I just thought that it was important to mention exactly where it's probably sitting at in his um voice.
So I pulled out the office, make our way to the surface. Don't let me look back or I just might lose it all. It can't be with or without you, know there's something about.
And also, I would like to say that he is mixing, and he probably doesn't know that he's doing it, because it's just how he's naturally singing the song. A lot of the time when I'm mentioning these are things that I'm observing, not necessarily the things that they are consciously making a effort to do. So it's important for me to clear that up and make that distinction.
You got me trapped in your snare, I think I like it there. If it all comes crashing down tomorrow, well, at least I had you in my arms. I know that it hurts me, but for all that it's worth, my dear, it's better than it used to be, inseparable part of me.
Whatever's happening in the background is crazy. Did I just see a jellyfish? Oh my god. Um, Anyway, that was the reaction slash analysis. Um, that was very interesting. A lot of things about that is basically what I was expecting: the tone of voice, the use of vocal fry, and this song had an interesting pace. It was interestingly paced, and the voice, his voice was doing some very interesting things here, and a lot of very things which kept it sounding interesting regardless of whether they were intentional or not. And yeah, I liked it. I will be listening to this song again. Um, it wasn't the song itself wasn't what I was expecting in terms of an original release from Zander, but I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, if you liked my reaction, or if you even if you didn't like it, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time with whatever I decide to react to next, which is probably going to be more FSP at this point. I'm just going to go down the list of the original songs. I think that's the plan. Anyway, bye.